Many people who wish to quit smoking struggle due to cravings. In this module, you will see the Orpheus Smoking Craving Destroyer tracks. These are short audio tracks which can quickly bring down the urge to smoke whenever you feel a craving. With the craving removed, it becomes much easier to make the healthier choice not to smoke. Whenever you feel an urge, think back to a time when you last smoked and try to bring up the craving even higher. By doing this, you are activating the parts of the brain responsible for creating the urge, and science tells us that in this state, we are more receptive to change. Next, try to keep hold of the craving and press play on the Smoking Craving Destroyer track. We recommend using a different destroyer track each time if possible, but don't worry if you forget which you used last. There are two different lengths of track, a longer one that is just under 14 minutes and a shorter one at just under 8 minutes. It is best to use the longer one the first time. After that, use the longest one you have time for. Don't worry if you can't remember everything in this video. There are instructions at the beginning of the audio too. You'll be asked to rate the intensity of the feeling on a scale of 0 to 10, with 10 being the most intense and 0 being no craving at all. So enter that into the app when prompted. You will then be given instructions of a task to perform. Depending on which of 3 sounds you hear, you'll tap along with either your left hand, your right hand, or both hands together. It isn't important that you get all of the tapping right, just try your best to keep up. This will make more sense when you hear the instructions at the beginning of the destroyer track. Whilst performing this task, a person will be talking in carefully constructed word sequences. Because you'll be focused on the task and trying to hold on to the craving, there will be large sections of the words which you won't hear. This is by design, so don't worry if you miss some of what is being said. Simply try your best to keep up with the tapping and hold on to the craving whilst trying to listen to the voice. The process can be quite demanding, but this is intentional and the elements work together to obliterate the craving. Some people listen to just one destroyer track and have no further desire to smoke. Others may need to use them more frequently. These tracks are designed to have a cumulative impact, meaning people tend to experience weaker and less frequent cravings the more they use the destroyers. Finally, now you have easy access to something which can quickly help you whenever you need. It is useful to make a mental note of when cravings normally kick in and, when possible, allow for time to use a destroyer track in those situations. For example, if you normally feel an urge as soon as you wake up, it is a good idea to plan your time so that you can use a destroyer track before work, in case a craving appears. Sometimes people smoke for emotional reasons rather than a craving. Therefore, we have also included a stress and bad feelings module containing a destroyer track which works in the same way, but is designed to quickly alleviate stress and other bad feelings. In those situations, simply think about whatever is bothering you and try to keep hold of the feeling whilst following the instructions on the audio track. If something is too distressing to think about, then imagine the stress leaving your body whilst going through the process.